No Players Online builds its emotional core not through exposition, but through mechanics that embody the experience of grief. At its foundation is a multiplayer shooter, a genre synonymous with connection, presence, and activity. You are alone in a system built for many, performing actions meant for interaction, capturing a flag, patrolling a map, but with no one to witness or respond. This gameplay loop becomes a metaphor for unresolved mourning. You're reenacting the structure of life after life has gone. The rituals remain, but the meaning has drained out. The act of capturing the flag without resistance quickly feels hollow, repetitive, like trying to maintain normalcy in the face of absence. Each return to the base scores a point that no one sees. That lack of recognition mirrors the feeling of processing loss alone, where the motions continue, but the emotional response doesn't come. Then the game reacts. The environment shifts, not because of a scripted narrative beat, but as a direct consequence of your presence. The music starts only after you score. The map's color grading changes only after repeated movement. The enemy, the shadow figure, appears as you attempt to play as if you're disturbing something that doesn't want to be remembered, or perhaps something that's begging not to be forgotten. It's a form of interactive mourning, a system mourning itself as it plays back corrupted memories in your presence. Each aesthetic choice, glitches, VHS static, lo-fi textures, plays into the game's broader metaphor. It mimics the degradation of memory. Much like remembering someone who's passed, the clarity is gone. The emotions remain intact, but the visuals are frayed, pixelated, incomplete. You can almost make out what used to be, but never fully. The phonograph, glitching when you interact with it, is a perfect symbol of grief interrupting the ordinary. It was once a vessel of music and memory. Here it becomes a trigger for dread. It mourns. It warps the world around you. The music distorts, visuals crack, and suddenly you're not playing a shooter. You're treading on something sacred. It's not a threat. It's a warning, a digital relic meant to stay untouched because touching it means waking grief you don't know how to carry. The glitched figure isn't a jump scare. It doesn't chase you. It doesn't hurt you. It watches. It waits, like a lingering thought of someone lost, surfacing without warning. Your attempts to reach it fail. It vanishes, like trying to hold on to a dream that breaks apart the moment you focus. And at the heart of the game, beneath the haunting and horror, is an almost pitiful hope. The inclusion of the soul transfer executable reveals that this is not just a space of mourning, but one of resistance to loss. The developer didn't just build a grave, he built a mausoleum with an access port. He didn't want to move on. He coded a way to refuse it. That desperation infects the entire game. The shadows, the server, the recurring errors, these are not bugs. They're grief made executable. And you, the player, are not just an interloper. You're a stand-in for anyone who's tried to revive the past through old photos, saved voicemails, or revisiting favorite haunts. The game lets you do it. But it shows you what happens when you can't let go. The server becomes a purgatory, not just for the lost, but for the one left behind. At its core, No Players Online is a game about what remains after someone is gone. The haunted server isn't just abandoned, it's preserved. John Mullard can't let go of Sarah, and his way of processing that is through code. There's a tragic sincerity in how the game operates. The loop of flag captures mimics a ritual, repeated over and over in hopes of invoking something that used to be there. Each glitch, each environmental shift, and every hostile reaction to progress isn't just horror, it's resistance. The system itself reacts emotionally. It destabilizes, lashes out, resets, as if mourning were a process embedded directly into the software. The whole game becomes a kind of digital wake no one was invited to, but one that never ends. There are no players online because everyone else has moved on. The infrastructure remains, maps, weapons, objectives, but the purpose is gone. It's like wandering through an old family home long after everyone's left, where even the furniture has started to forget who sat on it. Sarah's absence is mirrored in the dead game, and John's grief is echoed in every unrendered texture and broken mechanic. It's not that someone is missing. Everyone is. Even you, the player, aren't supposed to be there. You're a foreign presence in an intimate moment. The act of playing itself becomes symbolic. Capture the Flag isn't competitive here, it's devotional. You're moving through an old routine, but the system reacts more like a grieving mind than a game engine. The flag capture point evading you, the music that mourns instead of motivates, all of it resists completion. Progress is destabilizing because finality is unacceptable. The soul transfer application suggests John believed Sarah could be encoded, that gameplay itself might be a form of invocation, that through repetition she could be brought back, at least enough to feel her again. The game doesn't tell us what happened to Sarah, but it lets us feel what her absence did to John. And if grief is the game mechanic, what would it look like to lose or win within that framework? For John, losing means completing the loop, finishing the flag captures, finishing the soul transfer, letting the game end. That's the finality John resisted, acceptance. Winning, on the other hand, is refusal, staying in the loop, letting the connection stay open even if it's broken, even if it hurts. For John, that meant continuing to play long after the players were gone. But for the player, the roles invert. Winning might mean stopping, walking away, not rebooting after the crash, letting the corrupted save stay corrupted, resisting the urge to fix what was never yours to fix. Sometimes a game is a graveyard, and sometimes a tombstone looks a lot like a login screen. My name is Voki. Thanks for watching.